Hey guys, this is going to be a short video. I just have to get some stuff off my chest. BlackRock is a $1 trillion investment company that is invested everywhere, from media to cars to oil to everything. Um, and yet they keep saying that they're pushing for diversity. They've got these ESG scores that they're pushing. They say that they're all about diversity. They're pushing for diversity. But have you ever wondered why they keep emphasizing our differences? Like, if they really want us to come together, wouldn't you, in order to make people come together, you downplay differences? You don't emphasize differences. But instead, what they do is they have ESG scores, they hire diversity training coaches and people to go into these companies to emphasize our differences. The way you get people to come together is by de-emphasizing our differences in order to get us to come together. So I just want to first point out that how strange it is that BlackRock keeps emphasizing our differences as a culture. And so one of the things that they've done is they've taken a group like the LGBT group, which is only 3% of the American population, and they have put them to the forefront, not in order to get us to come together, not in order to minimize our differences, but they're emphasizing the things that make us different. And so, and if you don't think that there's a satanic tone here, there's all kinds of alignments between devil worship and Satanism and the LGBTQ movement. On the right here was just something. This is random, but Celine Dion I saw recently was pushing for her satanic clothing line for kids, which is absolutely bonkers insane. But first off, I just want to begin with that thought. If they really want us to come together, why would they emphasize our differences? And the reason why is because they make money when we're divided. They make more money when we're divided, and we can't. And the big number two reason is that if they can keep playing us off of each other, we can never come together and actually solve anything. This is why Morgan Freeman, in a random video I saw recently, he told this guy who was pushing the Black Lives Matter shit, he said, stop talking about our differences. And Morgan Freeman nailed it. And this guy had nothing to say, because the way to get people to come together is actually to not talk about our differences, but to emphasize our similarities. But guys, we're in the wokepocalypse right now. We are in the darkest wokepocalypse timeline. And like, look at the shit that is coming out in 2024. It is these woke, pagan, satanic game developers who are saying, oh, every character has to be a black lesbian. Let's create division. We have to create division. Guys, have you ever read the Bible? Do you know what Jesus talked about more than anything? Jesus talked about unity. He talked about coming together. Satan divides. Satan wants to keep us separated. So I think it's interesting. And look, I've never, we have tons of black characters in video games the past 20 years. Celebrated games, the Walking Dead games, the Gears games. There's tons of black characters in video games. But why this sudden, like, every character has to be gay? Why does every character have to be black now? And guys, the reason is division. And it is satanic, and it's motivated by the devil, because they know, BlackRock knows that if we come together, if we actually come together, we could begin to solve things. We could begin to work together and have a better society. But they want to keep us divided like this. They want to keep us like this. And that is why, coming full circle to video games now, that is why they're pushing this shit. Like, it's almost comical, the trash that's coming out in 2020. And look, I'm not saying this stuff is trash because it has black characters in it. I'm saying it's trash because they've taken, if video games were proportionate to the presence of these people as gamers and in society, that makes sense. If 3% of the population is LGBT, then 3% of the video games should be LGBT. If 14% of the population is black, then 14% of the video games should be black. But that is not what we're seeing. Every fucking game now is pushing lesbian shit, satanic shit, gay indie stuff, black lesbian stuff, black lesbian, black lesbian, black lesbian. Like, why? Why? And guys, you have to follow the money. It all comes back to BlackRock. And like, I'm seriously going to get kicked off of YouTube if I say who it is. Like, I don't even need to say them. Y'all know the group that is behind this. I don't even need to say them out loud, but let's just say that they hate Jesus. I'm going to keep it at that. So guys, if you look at all these games, like, who plays this stuff? And it's these dudes. It's these useless beta cucks. These are the guys who, whenever I get on Reddit and I ask a simple question like, why do we need gay Star Wars? They ban me and delete me. Or I say, why does every game have a black lesbian protagonist now? They ban me and they delete me. But guys, what do you not see in video games anymore? You don't see men coming together. And do you know why? Because they hate men. BlackRock hates masculinity. Why do you think a single military game, why do you think there's basically no military games anymore? Why do you think there's no games that involve men coming together anymore? Why is everything gay and lesbian and female and homo and woke now? It's because they hate men coming together. Look at these guys. This is just a picture of men coming together, a picture of men coming together for a common cause. You don't see this in video games anymore, because if we saw this in video games, we would begin to see this in real life. We would realize that, man, our differences aren't really that big of a deal, and we actually can come together and solve things together. So guys, just in closing here, because I said this was going to be a short video, play the biggest middle finger that you can give these companies right now is to not play this shit. Like, all of these games are failing miserably right now because it's primarily men who are gamers. We want to see men in games. We want to see men coming together. We want to see men working towards a common purpose and conquering evil. That's all we've ever wanted in a game, and they want to show depraved satanic nonsense like this. So guys, my advice is to play old games, play games made in the Far East, Tarkov made in Russia, Stalker 2. A lot of the Japanese and Chinese games coming out right now are really good. The entire West, America, is gone. Like, Western American developers are gone. They're too woke. They're too progressive. They're under the thumb of BlackRock now. See, BlackRock wants to keep us divided. BlackRock does not want us to embrace our masculinity. They do not want us to come together. They're scared to death of what men could accomplish if we come together. And that's all I'm going to say. And I hope I don't get demonetized for this. I'm out.